Okay, guys, welcome to Thursday. And I actually forgot to look and see what day we're at. So it's Thursday, and I have no idea what day we're into the 90 days, but we're, I would guess, not halfway there yet. And I'm outside, and leaves are falling. So, what the topic is today is I'm Missy, independent promoter with Prove It. What we're going to talk about today is relationship building, and I'm struggling with this, to talk about it, because there's so much I want to say, and I don't want to ramble. So I made notes. So I'm going to read my notes to keep me on track, because I have found from 2 years in Prove It how important relationships are, and how not building them can really it it's so important. I learned the hard way. Let's just say that. And not just building relationships with people that you personally know, because that kind of happens, but it's building relationships with other people, that is getting out of your comfort zone, not just building relationships with those people that you're constant, that you know immediately. Like me not reaching out to Kelly all the time because I'm super comfortable with her, but reaching out to other people because that helps build relationships. So again, I learned the hard way, doing it over again, and going back to who I am. Like, I love talking to people, and I kind of got in my head and didn't. So big mistake. So okay, now I'm gonna, rambling started already. I'm gonna just go with my notes. And why is building relationships so important? One of the main things is people will quit products, but they're not going to quit people. So building that relationship is so important, just for that, right off the bat. If you build people, and people will build your business. So building the relationship with your promoters, building relationship with your customers, because if they see the value in not only the product but the community, like that, it'll just work for you. Those relationships will work for you. And not that we're building relationships as a way to get more customers. It just happens organically. And it's actually more fun. It's a lot more fun, because unless you're a salesperson, building relationships is what I thrive on. It makes me happy. So to get out of my head and go to my heart and just build relationships, just because that's me, that's who I am. There are people that are salespeople, and that's like, they love sales. That makes them happy. But most of us, I think, are just, we thrive, and it's human nature to thrive on building relationships and friendships with people. So I have a bunch of tips written down. Like I said, I'm going to read, because otherwise I'll ramble. The first tip is just listen to people. They'll tell you exactly what they need. And it's funny, because as a nurse, I had a psych teacher or instructor in nursing school, and she was, I don't want to use the word crazy. She was very blunt in her teaching. And one of the things that stands out to me is, when you're dealing with people, is just, she said, just shut up. She just said, just shut up and listen, because no matter, it's human nature. Everybody is wanting to talk about themselves. So as a person that's trying to build a relationship, if we stop talking and listen to what they say, things will go much better, and you're building what they need. So, and I'm working on this. I'm working on Mike with this. It's literally, we'll be talking to somebody, and I'm like, oh, because I think we all, I think with Prove It, with the ketones, we all have this wonderful story, and we just want to tell everybody. And I've been in it 2 years. I have probably 6 or 7 stories within my story. So to tell, I want to just tell everybody that. I want to tell them about my fat loss. I want to tell them about Mike's fat loss, Aiden's, everything. So it's just literally shutting up and listening to them, and letting people talk about themselves. And they'll tell you, I'm looking for fat loss, I'm tired. They'll tell you without you needing to. So not only will they tell you what they need and why they need the product, but you're going to immediately build a relationship from the very beginning by doing that, because that is it's just human nature. People need that. Number 2 is find common ground. So, and a lot of people ask how I just talk to anybody. It's literally just finding your common ground. I'm a nurse. I'm a boy mom. I love sports. I'm competitive. Like I don't like the dark. Like weird, like really crazy things. Like you can find that common ground and just talk about that, and it naturally will flow into a keto conversation, or they'll just drop that they're tired. Like you're talking about baseball and practices and football practices and all of that. Next thing you know, they're like, yeah, it's like it's exhausting having a full-time job and running kids to practice. Like there you go. They just gave you exactly why they need ketones. And also if you're building online, and I'm learning this because I still feel awkward, but it's not being awkward. Like it's just building a conversation, going into groups. I know Katie, Kendra, they all say to pick 5 things that are your interest. If you love kayaking, if you're a boy mom, whatever, pick 5 groups or 5 topics of things that you're passionate about, and then go into those groups and just build relationships, just comment. And that way it's not like you're going, I'm a boy mom and I'm not going into a cheer group because I have no idea what's going on with all that makeup and stuff. Like when I'm at a gymnastics competition, like that's actually how I started a conversation. But I think online, just going into groups that you're like you enjoy, and plus then it's not work. Like we shouldn't feel like we're working our business. Like it is just that integration of prove it is us and we're prove it. So I think that's why like I never feel like I'm working. I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't feel like I have to be up. I have to be working because I'm talking to people about kayaking and just anything. Like it just is fun because I'm talking about things that I enjoy. Sorry. Oh, Kelly said in her video that I watched, just be normal. So like, don't make it awkward, because that's what I think. It's going from our head to our heart. Like, I think it all comes back to that. Like, just do what you enjoy. Number 3 is make them feel like a priority. And that's, again, goes back to number 1 is like, you're just talking about, you're just listening to people. And so it's making them priority, reaching out to them when they do. So don't forget about them after they are customers and when they're in the 10 days. Like I tell people, I'm like, if I don't talk to you about ketones, I'm talking to somebody else. So please reach out to me. It keeps my husband much happier because I'm literally always looking for someone to share or talk or teach ketones to. So that's what I say every single time, because I mean, it's the truth for one thing, but another thing is like, I want them to know that everything, like they are super important to me, whether they've been or not ketone customers yet, because I'll help them with the diet, with their drinking ketones, or if they've been a customer for a year and a half. Number 4 is add value. And so a lot of the personal development that I've been doing, and like just listening to Jesse Lee, like, and Gary Vaynerchuk, they all, every single one of them say the same thing: add value. Like, give it away, give it away, give it away. Like, we know so much more than what we give ourselves credit for. And Pam's probably laughing because she's been telling me that, and Kelly. But so I got it. I'm not just saying it, I get it. But even if you don't, like Mike and I taught on using pink Himalayan sea salt and butter, because you would not, there's 7.7 billion people, and I would bet 6 billion don't know that they should use butter and not margarine. So it's just like things that we think are like super simple, common knowledge, like putting that on a Facebook Live, putting a little post about it, like that's adding value. So give yourself credit for, because what Prove It does, like for one, use transferable skills. Like whatever you do, other people don't know. But then when it comes to Prove It, like they teach us so much stuff that the other people aren't getting. And it doesn't matter what they're, if they're a doctor or if they're whatever, like Prove It gives us so much information that we have value to add. Or if it's just your, if it not just, but if it's personal development, like people need the love, they need the positivity, because most people are not out there doing personal development. I had a girl reach out to me last night. Not a person you would expect. Like I thought she had it all together. Like she didn't need personal development. I've been talking to her about ketones, she reached out. She's so in her head that like nothing else matters. Like she's just having a rough time, and I would not have expected it. And I told her to read Rachel Hollis. I'm like, go read Rachel Hollis, Girl Wash Your Face, and just listen to that. Like it's not about the ketones. Like she'll come around, but I'm just like personal development is so important, and like that's adding value. That could not, I don't know, not more important than ketones, but it could be for that moment. So just add value. And something else is make connections. And so if you have somebody that you may not have that common interest, but you know, like if I run into a girl mom, like I might connect them with Kelly, or because I have no idea. Like just use our community to connect people, to get them involved, to feel like so we can love on them, because most people, everybody needs that. So yeah, connect, have a conversations, be genuine, maintain integrity. Like if you don't know, you don't know, connect them. Like it all goes back to connecting. And then, so Kelly mentioned a book, and I don't think I've read this one yet, Extreme Ownership, where I might have a long time ago. And what you'll find is as you go, things mean a lot more. Books will mean something different each time. But a book that I am rereading is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It is old. I think this updated is 1981, but I just wanted to read, and what time is it? Read a few things out of it, because it all goes back to this relationship building, and it's an awesome book. But he said fundamental techniques in handling people: don't criticize, condemn, or complain. And he's, instead of criticizing why someone's feeling or saying what they're saying, even if it's not nice, it's finding out why they're saying it. Give honest, sincere appreciation, and arouse in the other person an eager want. So it's going back to just finding out what their needs are. And then real quick, so I know, like this book is just so, like I have the whole thing highlighted because it's so interesting. Sorry, let me find. I wrote the numbers down. Oh, here. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Like this is from Dale Carnegie. Like, so it's, and I don't know when the original was, but like I said, the recopy is like 1980. So it's nothing new. It's building relationships. It goes back to, they talk about Lincoln in here. Like it's not, we don't need to recreate the wheel. We actually need to go back to the basics and just be us. And that's it. Like grab this book. I'm gonna, if it's okay, I'm gonna like I'll put in, not comments because I never can figure out how to do that, but maybe I'll just put something in the Rhino Squad, like a little cheat sheet from this book, because like I could talk all day about it because I absolutely love it, and I can't find the page that I wanted to talk about. So, but I think we're at 15 minutes. Call to action is, I would say reach out to 5 people: your current customers, your current promoters, and then customers that aren't customers yet, like people that you're having conversations with, and just build relationships with them. Just ask them, what do they need? What are they looking for? And just listen. I think that's everything. If anybody has any questions. No. All right, I'm going to end the recording. Stop.